I'm heading out to Hawaii on Sunday. I'm going to go do the Kalalau Trail on Kauai, and I figured I'd just show you what I am going to pack. As far as food goes, I'm bringing 3 breakfasts, 3 dinners, and then it's probably about 5 pounds worth of food, including coffees and creamer and things like that. I'm also bringing a dark chocolate cheesecake. Every single time I bring one of these and try to eat them, I make such a mess, but then it's always worth it. So yeah, definitely bringing one of those. A whole roll of toilet paper, because Kalalau Trail, you cannot count on the bathrooms to have toilet paper. Knife, you only need a tiny knife. You don't need anything bigger than that. Cooler cloth, towel, fork, my permit. Don't forget your permit. Sunblock. It's reef safe. I don't plan on swimming in the ocean, but you know, it's that special brand. Of course, I have my sleeping bag, and the Kalalau Trail, most people use hammocks. So I have a hammock, I have a rain fly, I have the 2 stakes for the rain fly, and the straps with the carabiners. It's supposed to rain a lot, so I'm bringing a poncho, I'm bringing a rain cover for my backpack, I'm bringing my rain jacket. Poles, I have my water treatment system here, water reservoir, some sandals for my day hike up to the falls that I'm hopefully going to do, sunglasses, trash bag. I have a variety of clothes because the weather is supposed to be very variable while we're there. There's just no telling. So long pants, long shirt, shorts, and tank top. Of course, my Injinji toe socks, 1 pair for every day I hike. I swear by these socks. Then my topos, gotta have the topos. That is for showering after I get off the trail. I always travel with my bag in a duffel bag. Extra meal, because I always second guess myself when I get there. Clothes to change into when I get off the trail. Stove, cap. Oh, electronics. So I have all the cords for my battery banks, my inReach. I have 2 lighters, a headlamp, and spare batteries for the headlamp. So that is a lot less than I was carrying on my last trip. And here's my list that I use, and then I'll just, when I just put a check mark there. So that's my little system I have going on. I love that you asked this question, because I really like talking about the Kalalau Trail. It's actually on the island of Kauai, so way out over there. That is the oldest of the major Hawaiian islands, furthest away from the plate tectonics happening. And here's a map of Kauai. The Kalalau Trail is up here on the Nepali coast, which is an extraordinarily remote area. There is a lot of helicopter traffic, but generally it's fairly inaccessible, especially during the winter, unless you hike this notoriously dangerous trail out to Kalalau Beach. And here's a map of the trail. It's 11 miles from Ke'e Beach all the way out to Kalalau Beach. It's got about, over the course of the trail, I think it's got about 6,000 feet of elevation gain. So there's quite a bit of up and down. If you are going to go past Hanakapiai Beach right here, you have to have a permit. They're usually available about 90 days in advance, and they go really quickly. I've gotten my permits mostly because I've had really flexible travel schedules. So if you want to do this, make sure that you get your permits as early as you can. There are 2 places you're permitted to camp. If you have permits to go beyond Hanakapiai, you can stay at Hanakoa right here. That's about 6.5 miles in. Quite a bit of elevation gain to get to that point, and then you have a little more than 4 miles to get out to Kalalau Beach. I'm lucky enough that this is my 2nd time going. Some people try to do it as a 1-day trip, but then the trail will be shut down because of high water levels, and then they've missed out. I book usually 4 to 5 days. This time I've booked 4 days, 3 nights. That way we have a little bit of flexibility. The first time that I did it in 2023, I left Ke'e Beach. I went out to Hanakapiai. I went all the way out to the falls. I just left my backpack in the woods and hiked all the way out to the falls and back. And then I camped the first night at Hanakoa. So I had a really long day that day, and Hanakoa is a very underutilized campsite, being back in the woods and not really having a great view. The next day, I hiked the 4.5 miles out to Kalalau Beach, and it's not a very, I would say, challenging trail as far as like up and downs, but there's some exposure there, and there are some spots that you really need to be careful. So it's a slow 4.5 miles. And then I stayed one night there. Rain was forecasted. I left a day early. And instead of staying the 2 nights out there and hiking all the way back, I went back to Hanakoa, spent the last night there, and then hiked out. This time my flight comes in midday, so I'm gonna leave in the afternoon, hike straight out to Hanakoa, stay at Hanakoa, and then the next day I'll go out to Kalalau. I'll be able to spend some time going up Kalalau Valley. I didn't get to do that last time. And hopefully spend 2 nights out there, but if not, weather conditions, I'm going to keep an eye on stream levels, keep in contact with somebody through my inReach about what the current conditions are, because the forecast is a lot of rain and I really don't want to get stuck on this side of the rivers. And then hike back, possibly stay at Hanakoa another night, and then hike out. So this year I've learned to keep my options flexible, and you are allowed to use this Hanakoa campsite no 2 consecutive days in a row, barring an emergency, of course, but you can use it on the way out once and the way back once. So I think that this is a very underutilized campsite on the Kalalau Trail. So many people push from start to finish, and I just that's not how I roll. So hopefully that answers some of your questions. I'm obviously going to be posting a bunch of videos when we get back. Fingers crossed that the weather agrees and the trail stays open and we make it out there. So it doesn't matter if you can't hike 22 miles. There's actually a really great section that you don't need an overnight permit for. You can hike this section up here from KA Beach down to Hanakapiai Beach. It's about 2 miles one way without a permit. You do need to pay a park entrance fee, and you can take a shuttle from out by Princeville. So it makes it really easy to get to and from the park. But the best part is you don't even have to go the full 2 miles out to Hanakapiai Beach to get the view. So this is the view. I think maybe 3/4 of a mile into the trail, maybe a mile. This is before Hanakapiai Beach. So it's gorgeous. It's worth going out to do at least the beginning portion of the trail. Happy hiking.